Hold on, did Mendeecees just drop a truth bomb nobody saw coming? Absolutely. For months, fans have been anxiously waiting to uncover the mystery behind Kirk Frost and Jasmine Washington. Was it a hidden romance? A scripted split or something? Much darker happening off camera? Well, Mendeecees finally chose to open up, and believe me, this revelation is nothing like what you expected. Now here's the real kicker. Has Kirk been the wholesome, devoted family guy he claims to be? Or is there a whole other side to his story? Is Kirk just another piece on the reality TV chessboard? And Jasmine? Could she be a calculating gold digger or simply someone thrown into chaos she never agreed to? In this jaw-dropping reveal, we are peeling back the layers of the scandal that shook the love and hip-hop world. You might think you know Kirk Frost's story, but what if I told you the truth is way more explosive than anything reality TV has ever shown? And as for Mendeecees, his comments are pouring gasoline on an already blazing fire. Buckle up, because what comes next is messy, intense, and the tea, it is boiling hot. Are you ready to face the truth? Because once this story hits, there's no turning back. You didn't see this coming, did you? Mendeecees is finally breaking his silence about the shocking fallout between Kirk Frost and Jasmine Washington. Yes, you heard it right. The kind of split that's got everyone from reality TV fans to gossip sites buzzing. Thought the drama was over? Think again, because this is just the tip of the iceberg. Let's rewind for a second, just in case you missed the storm that's been brewing. Kirk Frost, the so-called family man of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, has found himself caught up in scandals before, but this time, it's a whole new level of chaos. With Jasmine Washington now in the picture, once the side chick, now the main one, the drama feels straight out of a soap opera. The difference? This is real life, and the stakes are way higher than anything scripted. Remember the roller coaster ride we all witnessed between Kirk and Rashida? The cheating, the lies, the public humiliation, it all unfolded right before our eyes. But here's where things take a sharp turn. Kirk Frost, the so-called family man of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, has found himself caught up in scandals before, but this time, it's a whole new level of chaos. With Jasmine Washington now in the picture, once the side chick, now the main one, the drama feels straight out of a soap opera. The difference? This is real life, and the stakes are way higher than anything scripted. Remember the roller coaster ride we all witnessed between Kirk and Rashida? The cheating, the lies, the public humiliation, it all unfolded right before our eyes. But here's where things take a sharp turn. The rabbit hole goes even deeper, but in the love and hip-hop world, nothing is ever exactly what it seems. Was the fallout between Kirk and Jasmine just a setup for drama? Was their breakup as shocking as it appeared, or was it all part of an act to keep us on the edge of our seats, waiting for the next surprise? Calling it complicated doesn't even begin to cover it. But don't worry, Mendeecees Harris is stepping in to clear things up. You know him from the show. He's had his own share of ups and downs, from run-ins with the law to his turbulent relationship with Yandy Smith. But now, looks like Mendeecees is stepping up to the plate to spill some major truth about what really went down between Kirk and Jasmine. And trust me, this isn't just some offhand remark. Mendeecees is coming in hot with explosive revelations that will have you questioning everything you thought you knew about these two. Here's the twist. Everyone thought Kirk's split from Jasmine was just another messy chapter in his long history of complicated relationships. But Mendeecees, who's usually tight-lipped, is sitting on some serious information. And now, with this bombshell announcement, Mendeecees is making it clear. Everything we've been led to believe so far was only the tip of the iceberg. So why is he speaking up now, after all this time? What does he know that we don't? Let's dive deeper, because Mendeecees isn't just dropping a casual statement. He's here to shake things up, and he's doing it in style. But before we get ahead of ourselves, let's take a step back and unravel the timeline of what went down between Kirk and Jasmine. Believe me, it's a tangled mess you'll want to hear about. The story between Kirk Frost and Jasmine Washington began as it all started as a side story, the casual affair that went public and instantly painted Kirk as public enemy number one. But then things took a turn. Jasmine had a baby, and suddenly the world started seeing Kirk in a whole new light. What was once a brief fling had now evolved into a full-blown scandal, one with the power to bring an empire to its knees. Kirk's world was on the verge of crumbling. This wasn't just a bad mistake, it was a career killer, especially for Kirk, whose relationship with Rashida was constantly under the public microscope. Having a child with someone else wasn't just humiliating, it was a blow to his entire image. It was nothing short of career suicide. The cheating allegations alone had everyone questioning whether Kirk was truly the good guy he'd portrayed, or if he'd been using Rashida as a cover for his darker, messier side. After all, this wasn't the first time his infidelity had been exposed on the show, but this time, there was no hiding. Everything was out in the open for the world to see. So what did Kirk do? He went for the classic playbook move, denial. First, he claimed, "I didn't cheat. She's just a fan trying to get attention." Then, as the pressure mounted, his response shifted. "Okay, maybe I messed up, but you don't understand what I was." Kirk's classic deflection didn't work. Despite his efforts to smooth things over, the public wasn't buying his excuses. Now, enter Jasmine, the woman who, just trying to navigate her own life, found herself thrust into the center of a media firestorm. She became the face of scandal, the one who gave birth to Kirk's child while he was still married to Rashida. Even though the details of their relationship were clouded in confusion, one thing was undeniable. Jasmine was now in the crosshairs of every gossip blog, talk show, and online critic. But here's where things take an unexpected turn. Jasmine didn't sit back and accept the public backlash. Oh no. She came out fighting. From throwing subtle shade at Rashida to openly sharing her side of the story in interviews, Jasmine made it clear that she wasn't going to play the victim anymore. She was ready to carve out her own space in this twisted tale. And trust me, she stirred up plenty of waves. The more she spoke, the more questions surfaced. Was she a gold digger? Or was she simply a woman caught in a tangled web of lies spun by a man who was far from the person he claimed to be? Meanwhile, Kirk tried to keep up the act of the innocent husband, but no one was buying Kirk's act anymore. The entire situation just reeked of dishonesty, and that's when Mendeecees decided it was time to speak up. He wasn't going to just sit back and watch Kirk waltz away from this disaster without facing some consequences. And now that Mendeecees is stepping into the spotlight, things are about to get even messier. But before we dive into the dirt he's about to expose, let's take a moment to acknowledge something. This wasn't just another breakup. It was a full-blown public spectacle. And trust me, we're not even close to the juiciest part yet. Where does all of this lead? Was Kirk's breakup with Jasmine truly as scandalous as it appeared? Or is there something much darker simmering behind the scenes? The shocking truth is closer than you think, but you definitely won't want to miss how it all went down. Now that we've set the stage for this monumental mess involving Kirk Frost, Jasmine Washington, and Mendeecees Harris, things are getting murky, and trust me, it's about to get even wilder. We've all seen the headlines, the drama, the public feuds, but now it's time to dig deeper and uncover what's really been happening behind closed doors. Let's dig even deeper and break down the real story that's been unfolding behind the scenes. Spoiler alert, it's not a pretty picture. We'll begin with the aftermath of the split. You'd think Kirk Frost would have learned by now, given his history of scandals, but nothing has hit him quite like the fallout from his relationship with Jasmine. When their shocking breakup made its way into the tabloids, the internet exploded. But it wasn't just fans who had a lot to say. No, it was the insiders. Let's call them the inner circle, the sources close to the situation who were ready to spill the real tea. Sources within the inner circle claim that the split between Kirk and Jasmine wasn't a clean break, and it definitely wasn't mutual. In fact, Kirk's role in all of this might not be as innocent as he's tried to make it seem. While nothing has been officially confirmed, the rumors circulating through the drama-filled world of love and hip-hop suggest that Kirk may have been much more involved in the affair than he ever acknowledged. And this wasn't just a simple case of infidelity. Oh no, this was a full-fledged power move that backfired spectacularly. The word on the street is that Kirk found himself trying to juggle the lives of two women, his wife, Rashida, and Jasmine, whom he had been hiding right under everyone's nose. But it seems that balancing these two worlds didn't last nearly as long as he'd hoped. We're talking about high-stakes power plays behind closed doors, decisions made in secrecy, shady dealings, and lavish spending that just didn't add up. Some say Kirk thought he could buy his way out of the mess by showering Jasmine with expensive gifts and getting swept up in the lavish lifestyle that came with it. But hold on, here's where it really gets interesting. It turns out that Kirk wasn't the only one. You might think Jasmine was just an innocent bystander caught in the chaos, but think again. Leaked info from sources who are always at the club with their phones ready, you know the ones, suggests that Jasmine wasn't the helpless woman she made herself out to be. In fact, she had a hidden agenda, and it wasn't just about being the other woman. No, Jasmine was about to make a power move of her own. Now, before you jump to conclusions, let's be clear. This is all coming from the inside, but the whispers are loud and they're saying Jasmine wasn't just playing the role of the side chick, she was gathering intel. Word on the street is that she had some serious dirt on Kirk, dirt that could destroy his entire career, and she wasn't shy about using it. The rumors point to a secret meeting between Jasmine and one of Kirk's former associates, where they supposedly plotted ways to dismantle his empire. Doesn't quite fit the girl next door image, does it? But hold up, the drama doesn't stop there. According to our most reliable sources, the ones who practically live for this kind of chaos, Kirk was apparently on the just when Kirk thought he could shake Jasmine off, she started to hold all the cards. Realizing that Jasmine might have the power to bring him down, Kirk panicked. The fallout from this relationship was turning into something much bigger than either of them had anticipated, and now the public was beginning to catch a glimpse of the messy reality behind closed doors. But just when you thought things couldn't get worse for Kirk, enter Mendeecees. Yes, the one and only Mendeecees Harris, a man who's no stranger to drama himself. We all remember Mendy's run-ins with Mendeecees has always been no stranger to controversy, whether it's his past, run-ins with the law, his tumultuous relationships, or the whole Yandy Smith situation. But now, he's inserting himself right into the middle of this explosive mess. It begs the question, what exactly does Mendy know about all of this that the rest of us aren't privy to? In a recent jaw-dropping interview, Mendy didn't hold anything back. He was dropping truth bombs left and right. According to him, Kirk's actions weren't just those of a bad husband or a cheating man. Oh no, Mendeecees claims that Kirk's entire public persona was built on a foundation of lies that involved Jasmine. Mendeecees didn't stop there. According to him, Kirk had been using his reality TV persona as a protective shield. He played the role of the loving, faithful husband for the cameras, all while chaos was unraveling behind the scenes. But here's the real twist. Mendy dropped a bombshell by revealing there was a second, far more complicated layer to this entire situation. It wasn't just about relationships, it was about business. this. Kirk, Mendy claims, was allegedly using his marriage and reality show fame as a cover for a tangled financial mess no one saw coming. According to sources, Kirk's shady business dealings were far from innocent. As Mendeecees dug deeper, things took a sharp turn. He hinted at some shocking revelations during the interview, suggesting that Kirk had been involved in some highly, questionable investments. But the real twist came when Mendy dropped a bombshell. Jasmine might have been more involved than anyone realized in keeping the whole operation running. Could she have been complicit in the shady business dealings? Was she just as invested in maintaining the illusion of the perfect couple as Kirk was? And if Jasmine had that much involvement, how does that shift the entire narrative we thought we knew about the drama? The public's reaction was nothing short of explosive. Fans of Love and Hip Hop were immediately split, with some accusing Mendeecees of stirring the pot for personal gain, while others believed he was finally exposing the truth. Kirk's supporters rallied to defend him, claiming that Mendy was out to tear down a man who had already endured enough. Rashida, on the other hand, took a quieter approach until she dropped a cryptic tweet that sent shockwaves through social media. "I'm tired of pretending everything's fine. This whole thing it ended," leaving fans speculating about what was really going on behind the scenes. Rashida's tweet only deepened the mystery, leaving fans to wonder if she was talking about more than just her split from Kirk. "Bigger than people think," she wrote, sparking a frenzy of speculation. Was she hinting at something much darker, or was it just about the end of her marriage? And what about Jasmine? Is she truly the victim in this saga, or was she secretly pulling the strings from the very beginning? The questions keep piling up. Why did Kirk's marriage unravel so quickly? Was Jasmine merely a pawn in a much larger game, or did she orchestrate the chaos for her own gain? And of course, where does Mendeecees fit into all of this? The real answers are still buried beneath layers of drama. The real question now is, where does Mendeecees stand in all of this? Does he genuinely have more inside knowledge than he's letting on? Or is he simply riding the wave of drama for his own gain? One thing's for sure, the storm is far from over. With the shocking details yet to be revealed, it's clear that this saga is far from finished. But before we rush to the next chapter, let's pause and reflect on the aftermath. The chaos is only just beginning, and what's unfolded so far is only the tip of the iceberg. Now that we've unraveled the scandal, the tangled relationships, and the hidden secrets, let's see where it all leads. Now that Kirk and Jasmine have split, it's time to dive into the fallout. And trust me, it's as messy as it gets. The drama has gone from complicated to downright explosive. Everyone's been watching closely, and the reactions, utterly chaotic. First, let's break down the public backlash that followed Mendeecees' bombshell claims. Fans on both sides of the argument are losing their minds. Kirk's supporters immediately went into damage control, arguing that Mendeecees was just out to smear Kirk for his own gain. This wasn't the first time Mendeecees found himself tangled up in someone else's drama, right? But the backlash didn't stop with Kirk's loyal followers. Jasmine's supporters quickly jumped into the mix, voicing their anger towards Kirk. They called him out on everything from his sketchy business dealings to his lack of accountability as a father. But wait, the drama doesn't end there. Rashida, oh, you didn't think she'd stay quiet forever, did you? The ever-graceful queen of the Love and Hip Hop franchise finally broke her silence. Rashida broke her silence in an Instagram live that was packed with emotion. She said, "Y'all want to know the truth? The truth is bigger than a few arguments on TV. This whole situation was set up from the very beginning. Y'all don't even know half of it." Now, what exactly did Rashida mean by this? Is she shading Kirk, or is she hinting at something much larger going on behind the scenes? Some sources close to Rashida suggested that she knew far more than she was letting on, and that she was trying to keep things calm for the sake of the family, especially for their children. Some believe that Rashida is holding back, fearing the fallout of revealing too much and damaging the family's reputation even further. Was she trying to shield both Kirk and herself from an even greater scandal? If she was aware of his shady dealings with Jasmine, why didn't she act? This is where things take a darker turn, with legal consequences looming over everything. As more details emerge about Kirk's questionable business moves, extravagant spending, secret meetings with Jasmine, and Mendy's explosive accusations, it's clear that the situation has become a full-on storm. The pressure on everyone involved is mounting, and the fallout is just beginning. As the pressure continues to build on Kirk and Jasmine, the stakes are growing higher, and the big question is, how far will this scandal truly go? The rumors are circulating that Kirk might not only be dealing with a tarnished image, there are whispers suggesting that he could be facing far more serious consequences, legal ones. Sources claim that federal investigators are now looking into his financial dealings, including shady investments and possible money laundering. The potential legal fallout from these allegations is staggering. Could Kirk Frost end up facing federal charges in the near future? The plot thickens as the tension continues to rise. The question on everyone's mind is, will Kirk's empire survive the weight of the truth? But Jasmine isn't exactly off the hook either. The public's eyes are now squarely on her, and the scrutiny is relentless. Was she simply a pawn in a tangled web of lies? rise, or was she actively involved in something far more sinister? There are growing reports suggesting that Jasmine herself might be under investigation. It has been revealed that she received a hefty, six-figure gift from Kirk during their affair, and whispers are circulating that it could be linked to some kind of shady business deal. If Jasmine was in cahoots with Kirk, things could get a lot more complicated. If Jasmine was involved in helping Kirk conceal his financial mess, or played any part in these questionable investments, she might soon find herself facing some serious legal consequences of her own. But what's even more unsettling is that this scandal could extend far beyond just Kirk and Jasmine. The ripple effect of this drama might reach Rashida, Mendy, and even other members of the Love and Hip Hop cast. When power, money, and deception are in the mix, no one is safe from becoming a target. It's a dangerous game, and everyone surrounding this mess is now vulnerable to being dragged into the fallout. The fallout from this scandal could send shockwaves through the entire Love and Hip Hop franchise. The show has built its brand on chaos, conflict, and high-drama storylines, but the real question now is, how much longer can they keep cashing in on this kind of spectacle before it all starts to fall apart? As history has shown with other reality TV stars, when public opinion shifts, the damage can be swift and severe. Kirk Frost might soon find himself out of the spotlight, losing not only his role on the show, but potentially his steady paycheck as well. The fallout from his personal life could ultimately cost him everything he's built in the reality TV world. While the drama surrounding Kirk, Jasmine, and Mendeecees continues to dominate the headlines, there's an unexpected twist. Other, familiar faces from Love and Hip Hop are beginning to get drawn into the mess. As if things weren't chaotic enough, could Yandy Smith and Chrissy Lampkin, better known as Cambella, be playing a bigger role in this whirlwind than anyone imagined? With the stakes so high, the entire cast might find themselves swept up in a storm of drama, and it's still unclear how far this will all go. The ripple effect from this scandal is far-reaching, and it's impossible to predict just how much damage it will do to everyone involved. As the drama escalates, it wouldn't be shocking if Yandy Smith and Chrissy Cambella Lampkin have been quietly pulling the strings behind the scenes, maneuvering for their own benefit. With Yandy's knack for strategy and Cambella's talent for stirring the pot, these two could end up playing key roles in how this saga plays out. What's clear is that the next few months are going to be unpredictable. We're looking at legal investigations, potential lawsuits, and maybe even some shocking departures from the Love and Hip Hop franchise. The big question is, who will emerge from this chaos unscathed, and who will crumble under the weight of the scandal? The real question now is, who's going to rise from the wreckage, and who's going to be left behind? Is Kirk Frost's career in reality TV officially done for? Will Jasmine finally face the consequences of her actions in this tangled mess, or will she slip away unscathed? Could Mendeecees prove to be an unexpected savior, or was he simply the one who poured gasoline on an already raging fire? And then, there's Rashida. Will she stay by her man's side, or is this scandal the final straw that breaks them? We may very well be witnessing the downfall of a television empire as we know it. Before we wrap up, here's one last thought to leave you with: what will the future hold for everyone caught in this whirlwind of chaos? Some questions for you to consider. Do you believe Kirk and Jasmine will face serious legal repercussions, or will this whole mess eventually fade away? Is Mendeecees just trying to take Kirk down for his own benefit, or does he actually hold the key to unraveling everything? What's next for Rashida? Will she stand by her husband, or is she ready to walk away for good? We want to hear your opinions. Are you Team Kirk, Team Jasmine, or are you siding with Mendy? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and keep the conversation going. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more explosive updates. We'll keep you informed on every scandal, every secret, and every shocking twist. Stay tuned, because the drama is far from over. Now that we've uncovered every detail, every shocking reveal, it's time for you to share your thoughts. What's your take on the whole Kirk and Jasmine situation? Are you backing Kirk, feeling like he's been wronged? Or are you standing with Mendeecees, convinced there's more to the story? Or maybe you think Rashida has been keeping quiet for a reason. Could she know something we don't? Drop your opinions in the comments below. Like, share, and stay engaged for more. Playing the role of the peacemaker, or is she hiding something of her own? We're dying to hear what you think. Drop your theories, opinions, and thoughts in the comments below. Do you believe Kirk will face serious repercussions, or will he somehow talk his way out of this mess? And what about Jasmine? Could this scandal be the game changer that ruins her or sets her up for something bigger? Is this the beginning of the end for Love and Hip Hop? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more exclusive content, because we've got the real tea coming your way. We're only scratching the surface of the hottest celebrity scandals, and believe me, you won't want to miss what's coming next. Be sure to hit that bell icon so you're always in the loop and never miss a jaw-dropping story. Stick with us, because in the Love and Hip Hop universe, the drama never takes a break.